to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's everybody's favorite sad dads, Jim and Foo.
Oh, there it is.
I was right. I'm fucking eating this thing.
God damn it.
You know what? It tastes like a tennis ball.
How?
I ate a lot of tennis balls when I was a kid.
Just.
Yeah. Sometimes you just like someone throws it, so you just chase it down and you grab it with your teeth and,
It's like
bring it back.
Jax doesn't. We were making this joke just the other day because Jax doesn't like fetch tennis balls. He like bats at them like a cat. It's the silliest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Oh, because of Venus's brother and sister-in-law were over here, and we were trading out. Oh my god. Hey. I mean, we're early. I mean, last week we didn't even get one.
We didn't even do it.
Sad Dads Club podcast episode, Your Mama.
Wow. That's a very
240
high number.
3. Well, she's a high-priced lady.
That's true.
We trade. Let's see. Somewhere. Goddamn COVID.
Yeah.
Second year.
It's over. No, we don't have to talk about it anymore.
When Kim and Brett got back into their house,
yeah,
we gave them that couch got lost in the fire. That's what it was.
You gave them a couch that got burned?
Yeah. Well, I mean, compromised for sure. That's right. And we
smoky and soggy.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
Like a 12-pack a day or... Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's see. And we took in her dad's, like her dad rotated into like a new couch or something, and we took her dad's because it was like, yeah, it's nice, and it was not nice. It was. I mean, it was like.
It wasn't what you expected.
It was low use, like it was effectively brand new, but it was the most uncomfortable fucking thing. I swear, how could you be so new? Like who? I don't know who built it. It was ass. It was fucking ass. And then
you're disappointed because you let your other couch go.
Right. And Venus, like, and we make jokes about it, like, man, like how
had that other.
How do we get the old couch? Like, we give them cash if we could have the other couch back, but
lost.
Yeah, and it really came to a head when Armageddon was getting sick, and we were trading places out on the couch, and you really put something to the test when you have to sleep on it. And it was already uncomfortable to like sit on for like a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then you have to sleep on it. And it's like, I would rather go get a piece of cardboard and lay on that than that couch. It was so
yikes
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Was it like a corner couch or whatever?
Yeah, it was a sectional. It made an L.
Yeah.
And, man. And then it just made it so like, I don't want to be in the living room. I don't want to sit on that.
I would rather go lay in the bathroom.
Yeah, I would, there are
with all the pubes and stuff.
In the tub. Like just in a fetus in the tub and be happy.
With like a 1/4 inch of water in the bottom of it.
Just enough
cold
to be
water,
an irritant, and cause
that would be more comfortable.
Would be more comfortable than that fucking couch. The only one who was comfortable on it was Jax, and that was because he had a pillow mound that he would then like nest and like lay himself on top of. So he wasn't even laying on the couch; he was laying on these super badass pillows.
Yeah,
but no one else could do that because we're human,
right?
But he could, and he was fine with it. So
zero fucks from the dog.
Zero fucks.
Yeah.
Keith and Kristen are getting ready to move into like a new rental for them, and they're taking in Venus's grandpa Ed's couch from Lake of the Pines, and Keith and Kristen have this really slick God, what is it called? Love Sac-ish?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a whole modular system.
They call them sectionals.
Is that what they are?
I think so.
So did I get
They
that?
used to have a Love Sac. Maybe they still do at the Galleria. They had like a...
Really?
Yeah.
So, and you can... I don't know how many pieces we've got. We've got enough pieces that it's not quite as big as the one that we donated it to Habitat for Humanity. He's like, wow, this looks...
Is that really...
Yeah.
Is that really
I'm
fair?
sorry.
They're
the
all...
guy was like, wow, this looks pretty new. And we're like, oh, yeah, it's
Someone's really going to hate this thing.
barely sat on. And he's like, what, the whole thing? And we're like, oh, yeah.
The dog sat on it.
He's like, well, we're going to have to set this up to see it. I'm like, fucking whatever it takes, dude.
Just take it.
Fucking,
It's yours.
So we're outside Habitat for Humanity, like setting up the whole fucking thing. And he's like,
I'm taking this home.
yeah, I can't believe how good this thing looks. Man, thank you guys so much. We're like, you app.
We just got it. We just bought it and brought it here.
Yeah,
we figured someone...
What is this? We're like, fucking new to you. But the thing that we get, the chunks, and what was funny about it too is they pulled up in the minivan. So the thing breaks down into parts that are so small. I was like,
wait a sec.
Did they take down Charlie's truck just to drive up this? No, the whole thing broke down. The Love Sacs?
Love Sac?
Broke down so small it fit in his fucking Dodge Caravan.
Yeah, if you don't know what they are, it's basically modular.
It's an
couch system.
So modular, like the cushions, like the bases could become an ottoman. You could put a back on them, or you could just they could just all be like a unbacked sofa.
They even have some like arms that have like wireless key charging built into them.
It wouldn't surprise me. I know very little.
They do.
They came with like these really nice. It reminded me of what's that oak place that's off of
Naturewood?
Yes. Like really nice, and they kind of slide on the armrests if you opted for those.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit smaller a footprint. So
couldn't you just in theory go buy a couple of hunks?
Right, that's Venus's plan.
Okay.
We're trying to get past Fiji before we start dumping. We need at least, I'm going to say probably 2.
Mm-hmm.
One at least to give us, because when we watch a movie or eat dinner out there, you know, and then you've got really it's 5 because Jax would take a corner, and then the rest of us we need at least probably 2 more sections.
Yeah,
but we're
sections. I don't even know what they call them.
It is way more comfortable, and we may you can also reorient them because they're rectangles.
Yeah.
So we have them set up to where they're a little bit shorter in order to get more of a footprint, but that's not quite as comfortable. Like we're all Americans, so we're a little bit bigger, and so when you want to like put your leg up or sit Indian style, it's a little too shallow.
Yeah,
we need to make them longer, so they're.
You need a couple more pieces.
Yeah, but we need at least a couple more.
Yeah. What color is it?
Like off-white.
Yeah.
Really nice, like new. There looks same condition. I like the.
I wonder, will this be the same situation? You're gonna be like, we got rid of that other.
No, they're comfortable by far. Like I sat down, like this is all Venus's thing. She had been talking about these things for a while.
Yeah.
But it just happened to be one of those like cosmic things where Keith ended up. Keith had one. Keith and Kristen had a set. And they were rotating in a real couch, so it was like a nice happenstance for Venus to pick up something that we can go into. You can change the fabric on it. You can, everything is like completely disassemble capable to where you can really mix and match and make it your own.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well, fucking whatever, as long as it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really care.
I have always wanted to price those, but I've never looked.
I don't know. That's all Venus's bag. All I really care about is that it's comfortable, and if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 or 6 chunks ahead of having to buy them all new, then fucking works out for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, totally.
Buy 2 and then we're done. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Works out. I don't know how old they are or whether or not you can always.
I'm telling you right now,
sure.
they are having a Love Sac Memorial Day event. Save up to 30% right now. So you better get.
Are they
your
storefronts or do you buy them online?
Get your.
You
Well, they
said
have
there's-
it. Like I said, there's one at the Galleria. I don't know.
I'm trying
I've
to
never-
picture where that would be in the Galleria, but I don't really go to the
I
mall.
want to say
so.
it's kind of near over by Van's shop. Down the corridor towards upstairs towards. Yeah, maybe it's upstairs towards Nordstrom kind of side.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never priced them. I just know about them. I've seen their commercials.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Delivery. Is it delivery or is it
Yeah.
DiGiorno?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
This is just American life now.
This is a new one.
Getting a.
Is he gonna walk up?
Oh, he's going. He's across the street.
Okay. Cool.
He's not even for you. Don't get your hopes up,
Get
pal.
down.
Well, I don't know. They got Sactionals and they got Sacs. And then they have things called Stealth Tech, which I assume is like the charging and stuff.
Is it?
But I guess.
Do you need a new couch?
I mean, maybe.
Is there like Memorial Day stuff you're looking at?
Is it for me to
Yeah.
buy a couch?
No, I mean
Oh, no.
anything.
No.
We don't really pay attention. Like, I guess if I was in the business for a car, but
No, I'm not looking for anything.
no. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
I mean, it depends on the thing. I really need to replace my amp at home, my home theater
Oh, your
amp.
stereo receiver.
Yeah, I just need to replace it with one that has HDMI connections on it and fuck everything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because most everything is HDMI, and I've got like an HDMI switch to get it all going.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then everything's like optical or analog or whatever the fuck. And so getting all the signals like into the amp are a problem, where if I could just plug all my shit into the amp, then it would just get there.
It would just work.
And it would just route through there and come out, But, those are $400 or $500. It's just, someday. Yeah. It's one of those things. But, those are pretty cool. I think they're kind of neat. But I don't have one, and I don't love sacs. I don't have one, and I've never priced them, so I have no idea what their cost is. Oh, they got speakers. That's right, subwoofers and shit you can get for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're kind of like
Wow.
I said, charging in the armrests and shit like that.
I like that. I wonder.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at that now. How
Yeah.
did they get there? Oh, we were talking about Keith and Kristen were up, and
Yeah.
they brought their dog. They take their dog kind of everywhere, kind of like you do with Max.
Yeah.
And he's getting older though, but he's like a fetch dog, and he went into the bucket of dog toys and pulled out a tennis ball, and
He's like, I'm down for that.
Right. So Keith's kind of giving him
You
like
gonna throw it? Because I'll fucking bring
couple
it back
things
to you.
Yeah, in the house, he's just kind of, and then Jax is like, "Oh, that looks like fun."
That's something I can
And like
swap
the ball
my paw at.
yeah, rolls to Jax, and he's kind of like, and everyone was just like, "What is that?" And then he just kind of like steps on it to put like backspin on it, and then it just kind of skeeters off, and then he kind of like, anyway,
He's like, you guys think that was cool?
did you like that? It's like,
Skills.
I call that paw spin. Anyway, you want to
Yeah.
get licked?
Yeah.
They,
Go get in the shower and I'll lick the
so
shit out of you.
today. Yeah, all of it.
Don't even towel off.
So I was like, I was thinking about that there. I'm like, yeah,
I'm
that's
thirsty.
kind of how he does that. That's crossing my mind because
Because it happens all the time.
right. But we're getting ready to. When we left, where did we? Oh, I can't remember where we left.
Bye, Prime.
Where we left, and we had Sophia. It might have been Disneyland. I can't remember, where we had Piper's friend watch the dogs
Oh yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
I wrote like a comprehensive, like, here is like the behaviors of the dogs, and like this is when this happens, this is like just a breakdown. Like when they do this, that's normal.
When they eat a towel, it'll come out the butt. This is how it works.
Don't leave any tissues, and it was just like a owner primer on like, you know, things to watch for. And it occurred to me that with Sophia, I had forgotten, but I will remember for Emily, when you take a shower in Piper's and Xander's bathroom, because you can shut the door. Because if you don't, he will try and lick dry your legs.
Because you'll want to take another shower.
You'll want to take another shower. So I gotta remember, like, and when you take a shower, you know,
yeah, that's funny stuff.
He'll want to lick. I have yet to meet anyone that is like completely okay with the amount of licks that he gives. Everyone's like, okay, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. I am so fucking used to it at this point. It's like, meh.
You're basically the salt lick.
Pretty much
of the dog.
So we were the tennis ball thing. He was on the floor, and I was coming out of the bathroom, and I hear, and I pick my head outside the bathroom door, and he's like sitting there on the floor with the tennis ball like between his legs, but he's not really doing anything. I'm like, okay, I'll play with him to see, like, because Shiny would always, whatever he got, she would just like, oh, that's cute, and now it's mine.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I'll play with him just to see if he'll fuck with the ball. And so I'm just kind of just down there, kind of like, oh, you've got the ball, and now, oh, bat, 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 bat. And he's like, oh, bat, bat. We're just playing patty cake with the ball.
You're testing the waters.
Yeah, just like,
yeah.
Are you having fun here? Like, what's fun? And he's like, and then he started gnawing on it. Like, I'm like, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
You're all right.
That's cute.
Good job. And then I got up, walked out, and I hear boop, boop, boop. And then it just rolls down the hallway, and he kind of just walks right over it, right past it, like, whatever. Someone here want to get licked? Let's lay the fuck down.
Max will play, like he'll fetch the thing. Oh, he'll get it.
Really?
But he doesn't bring it back to you.
Yeah.
He'll go, he gets his eyes change. It's wild when you get a toy out and you're like, come on. And his eyes just like, whew. Really? Yeah, it's fascinating to watch the instant transformation in his face.
Yeah.
Then he gets all excited and you throw it and he tears off after it and he grabs it, but he doesn't bring it back to you.
Now it's mine.
Yeah, and he'll take it somewhere and then chew on it for a while and then come back and you're like, well, where's the fucking toy? Go get it. And he just looks at you and you're like, dude, I dominated it. I'm done. You're fucking toy collector. I got to go pick up the shit. If I'm going to play with you, this is how. And I haven't figured out how to make him bring it back to me.
Return it.
Yeah. There have been a few times where he has, but it's probably by mistake.
Yeah.
But more often than not, you'll throw it and he'll like bring it over and like get up on the couch and like chew on it and then be like, I'm done. And you're like, dude, you could have chased this motherfucker for hours.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I
think Armageddon, when he was young, he's somewhere in between. He would chase a ball and bring it back. But I think only because it pleased him for like a small amount of time. Like, I don't know if I like this game. Also, I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
And that's not fun to me.
This is a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're just standing there.
Yeah. I'm going to bring it back this last time and then fuck you. You know, I'm done. I don't remember if Genesis ever really did. Shiny, not so much.
Nacho would.
And Shiny and Jax, really, their toys were like, as soon as I can get the squeaker out, I'm done.
Yeah, that toy's...
I don't need it.
It's out.
And the squeaker annoys me, and I will get it. That is my crack.
That is the reason why they want the toy to begin with, is because they want to get to the
Shiny
squeaker.
was real good at that. She would disassemble the something, get the squeaker, and then leave the fucking carcass everywhere. And then like, cool, done.
Yeah.
And, I'm bored.
Yeah.
You're like, you want to play? Want to do a thing?
No. Squeaker's out of it now.
Not really. Not at all.
Yeah.
And then they would have like a cycle where they would get a toy out to annoy the other one. But as soon as the toy got taken, they would be like, cool, I'm going to lay in your spot. Dumbass.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so.
Do you have any good things from the weekend, or did you?
I have a cart problem.
A cart problem?
Yeah.
Like an Amazon cart problem?
No, the return the cart problem. Like my walks.
Yeah. Oh.
Like when I go to the store,
you go to Rayleigh's.
Yeah.
And there's lots of carts.
There are lots of carts.
Yeah.
And now I'm writing.
So you're almost like an employee, basically.
Yes.
You're like the volunteer cart return guy.
I am almost walking more now for the purpose to return carts and right those cosmic wrongs in the
But they're not
lots.
your cosmic wrongs.
They're not.
I mean,
no, it's like,
someone gets paid to collect them. Yes, I agree with that. But just put your cart in the cart return, and that someone doesn't have to work their ass off that hard.
Right. It's like,
but
one
it's
of those
not
things, like
necessarily your job
with
to
like the shoplifting and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, listen.
So do you take more stuff to the store and put it on the shelf? Do you like, I don't know, I got this extra bottle of
in case you guys need it,
sunscreen here.
Yeah,
you just sneak it into the store and put it on the shelf.
The cart, the right fucking there.
I know.
The things are right there.
Oh, I know.
And then it's like an OCD thing. Like I was walking, I'll get like halfway through the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I'll go, oh, well, fucking nothing from me. I'm gonna go in, get my drink, get my lottery ticket, and on my way out. But then it was last week. I think it was towards the end of the week, and I was like, wow, no carts. And I made the mistake of going, really? No carts? And I like looked. I made an effort to look far, and oh fuck.
Oh damn it! There's one out by the Starbucks.
Yeah, there's one over there. Over
the
by
farthest reaches of the parking
way
lot.
the fuck over, and I went, oh well, that's stupid. And like I take like 2 paces, and I'm like, yeah, but
here I go.
You saw the cart,
and then at some point you're gonna be like, there's one at Mahaney,
right?
And you're like, shit. And
now I've got to go through the crosswalk
with a cart,
with a goddamn shopping cart. So I return all the carts, and then it's like, well, yeah, but you can't right all the cosmic wrongs if you don't return all the carts.
Oh no.
And then I'm like, well.
You're just an overachiever.
God damn it. I return all the... And I actually had some young man who was like 2 parking lane things over, saw me.
Yeah.
Like making a second pass to pull another...
And did he...
And he's like, hey man, thank you.
Oh, he didn't give you his cart and be like, thanks, dude.
Hey, could you take this one up to the front?
They're like, how come you don't have the mechanical fucking thing that pushes the stack
do you want the
carts?
leash so you can get like 5 of them? Fuck you.
Like the guys at Walmart that have like the
motorized
robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you're gonna have to invest in one of those now?
I'm gonna start taking like the high vis vest.
Yeah.
Start walking around.
Someone's gonna be like, the special guy's here again.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be just pushing carts around. He's back.
The thing is, now, listen, I spent a good 20 minutes, 2 days last week returning carts. And now, because there are a number of Wood Creek kids that also work at that store.
Yeah.
I am getting a little concerned that Xander may get like a, hey, your dad's the one that returns the carts. And it might be
get a job at Rayleigh's.
Does your dad work at Rayleigh's too?
Did he get laid off?
Why does your dad return the carts all the time when he goes to... I see he's always there returning carts, man.
He just pushes them around.
Is he like doing community service? Did he like steal something? No. He's just got a problem.
That's funny.
But
it's
a lot of carts.
I feel like it's like I'm doing my due diligence to return the cart that I use. Like other people's misnomers are not my issue. You know what I'm saying?
I can't unsee it.
I mean, I can see it all day, but if someone else is going to be fucking lazy, that's not on me.
So if you're walking up and you see a cart that's in your path.
Oh, I'll scoop it up.
Okay.
But if I got to go across the lot to no, that's just not going to happen. Here's what you should do.
I'm just getting steps in.
You just got to get like a little bar on the front of your car and put a cart on the front of your car. Then you can just drive around the parking lot and just collect them.
Oh, see, that's why I need a beater.
There you go. Yeah.
You need
the farm truck.
Yeah. I need a small
Bring the truck,
Toyota or Datsun.
Do you even need that? You need like a key car.
What were we doing? We were driving
like a cappuccino or something.
Venus and I were driving around. I can't remember where we saw one of the smart cars that's got like the 600cc in the back kind of thing. And she's like, "Those are so cute." And I'm like, we need we need 4 of those. Like one for everyone here in the house, so we could just like have like that one day where we all drive around just in the little buzz click zip tang things.
There's a Gears and Gasoline YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They did a recent series of videos where they were driving key cars. So if you don't know what a key car is, it's a Japanese domestic market car that were built by several manufacturers like Honda, like the Honda Beat, the Suzuki Cappuccino, Subaru's got one. I'm sure all of the Toyotas probably got a little, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But they are mandated by the government to be a specific size of engine, which is like you said, 600cc, which they're supposed to be super efficient and tiny. They're just little tiny cars. And they're made because they have so much congestion in their cities and they don't take up much room, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And you can get them now. Some of these cars are so old, you can import them into the U.S. and buy them. So these guys on Gears and Gasoline decided they were going to go from Virginia to Texas because everything's bigger in Texas, right?
Right.
In key cars.
Oh.
It took them the death of 3 key cars.
Really?
To drive from Virginia to Texas. And one of them, the last one that one of them bought was a smart car because they couldn't find any key cars where they had broke.
Oh.
So they're hard to find, I guess, in some areas, depending. But one of them killed a Honda Beat. One of them killed a Cappuccino. And what's the Subaru?
How are they killing them?
They're just driving them.
Oh.
And they're not meant for like highway speeds or
okay.
They're kind of high revving, even when you're in the highest gear possible, they're still doing like 6K on the on the RPM. And they rev out to like 9,000, but they're doing like 6K all the time, and they just die. And one of them, they were doing something, and the Cappuccino, they took them to the dyno just to see what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
They did a couple of pulls on the dyno, and the Cappuccino's air intake filter sucked in and jacked up the engine.
Oh shit.
So that one died.
Game over.
But it was a really funny series of how they killed these cars essentially just trying to get to Texas.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But they're so tiny, they actually paid for parking somewhere and put 2 cars in one spot. But key cars, man, I think they're cool. I would buy a Honda Beat in a heartbeat if I could find a decent one.
Are they still... they're not making that form factor anymore. Although you have the Fiat 500s. But those are tiny fuckers.
But they're not Japanese key cars.
No. I'm trying to think of another. Sparks, Chevy Sparks are pretty tiny.
Minis. I mean,
minis are sedans at this point.
Well, I mean the regular
original Mini,
regular Mini. Yeah. Well, now they got like the giant Club Cadets and all this shit that are like bloated minis.
Countryman.
But the original Mini, just the 2-door.
Yeah.
Those are pretty small.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in Japan, this big deal, like the key cars, they're just for driving around the city and being efficient, really, and not taking up space.
Right.
And so they're interesting little cars. One of them came with
buzz clicks.
Is it the Honda Beat? One of them came with Honda had a little motorcycle that came in the back.
Oh, Jesus.
And I think the guys from
Mighty Car
Mods had one, the Moto Campo.
Oh, yeah.
And that was packed in the back of one of the key cars. So you could drive your car there and park and get close, and then you take the Moto Campo out of the back and unfold it, this little motorcycle, and then you can take it the rest of the way.
Good God.
Yeah. That's how they are in Japan.
Super efficient.
Yeah. Anyway. So you need a key car to push carts around because they're just big enough to push carts around.
I saw Mike sent me something. It was one of the Robers, Mark Robers. God damn it. What is Revengeneerings or something? I can't remember the series.
Okay.
And they took God, what are those and this is why it's funny because I'm the cart guy now. Hoverboards.
Yeah.
Two wheels.
The 2 wheels with the
and
platform.
you balance like a Segway, but
yeah.
Rober and a handful of other engineers took a bunch of shopping carts and rigged up with remote control, essentially the guts of the hoverboards to the 2 of the wheels.
Oh, okay.
On a bunch in a shopping cart lot or like a grocery store, and they put these ones in the
in the mix. Yeah.
And then when people would leave their cart, they would drive another remote control one, like,
and collect it.
Come get me. No, just to annoy and then when someone would be like, "Oh, fucking," and then the cart would move. It was like a little.
Oh, so they were just doing it to mess with people.
Yeah, cat and mouse game. Like, oh, you left this cart there, but now we're gonna move a cart behind your car, so you have to get out and grab the cart. And so they were just fucking with people with remote control carts. It was pretty funny.
There is a guy, and I don't know what his name is, but he basically will try and shame people for not not putting their cart away.
Good.
And he makes videos of him. Sir, aren't you going to put your cart away? And they'll be like, "Fuck you," kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he has magnets that he like tosses onto their hood or whatever, and they get pissed. They get out of the car and get this shit off my car, and they fucking yell at him. And I mean, he's constantly almost getting beat up by people because people just refuse to put their carts away.
It's such a silly thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Aren't you going to put your cart away? And then sometimes he'll like move the cart right behind their car, so they can't back out, and they have to get out and move it. Yeah, he fucks with them hard. He's as polite as can be.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, but
Would you like to remove your cart, sir?
You should put your cart away. And the amount of time I'm messing with you, you could have put your cart away
and be gone,
and left.
Yeah,
yeah, it's funny. And then he'll like I said, toss the magnets on their car. He won't put a sticker on.
Yeah,
just a magnet. And then they always get pissed, and they have to, I'm calling the cops, and kind of shit. And you go, "Oh, why? Because you wouldn't return your cart." It's it's funny. But I can't imagine doing that myself.
No, that's not. I mean, one not a content creator.
You're one step away from that.
I have never approached someone.
Yeah.
Or I have certainly. I fucked like someone, and certain Venus too, like coming out of the grocery store and like 1-2 slots down or something, someone's like unpacking their groceries, and then we're within visible range, and they get in their car, and we're doing like the chicken hawk. Like, really? Did you just really?
Yeah.
You're a spry person. Like, there's no reason. Like, you just did that. You're fucking so lazy.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
We just don't use carts anymore. When we shop, we just don't use carts.
Really?
Really?
How do you hold all the groceries?
Shan has reusable bags in her purse.
Yeah.
And we'll get those out and we'll load them. Or we just carry whatever. And we don't
you just leave your cart at the register?
No, we just don't take a cart.
Oh, so you're walking around the store with
our
your
bags.
takeaway bags.
Yeah, and we'll just load the bags, then we go to the self-check or whatever, and we'll check out, reload them, and go to the car.
Oh, well, self-check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
we
you
do
don't
that.
grocery shop like we do, so that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll almost go like every day, depending on what we're doing.
okay.
So, but yeah, and the other thing is like, if we have a cart, we're just like, throwing stuff in there the whole time. And it's one way. If you want to cut your grocery bill, don't use a cart.
Yeah.
Because you won't buy stuff you really don't want or need necessarily, because you'll run out of room.
I suppose if you're carrying it around, you're like, I'm getting kind of tired and I don't want to carry any more stuff.
My fingers hurt.
Do I have what I need? Yes. Okay, let's get the fuck out.
Yeah, well, we just came for this anyway, so
because my arm's getting tired.
Yeah. We went to Walmart yesterday. We needed some paper towels and like some mouthwash or whatever. And then we went into the grocery section, and I'm like, okay, I need yogurt. So we had two reusable bags that we were using.
Mm-hmm.
And Shan got some coffee and some milk, and like I got yogurt. And then like we just didn't have enough room for anything else. I was like, let's go. We're good. And we had
We'll be back tomorrow.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, you got to eat.
Something. Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, typically we don't even use a cart unless we know we're going to need the room, and that's not very often.
Like a big old thing of toilet paper?
Yeah.
Do you stuff that in your bag?
No, I'll carry the big.
Like a pillow?
Yeah. I like put it on my butt because that's where it's going to be eventually. No, but it's just we don't typically take. We don't use the little carry ones, and we don't use a regular cart typically. Unless, like I said, we're shopping for like I don't know, Christmas or something, some holiday or something like that. Typically, we won't. We won't even use them.
How's the Cadillac?
It's good.
How's Zelda?
Great. It's good. Man, that game is so deep.
You know what was funny about that?
Yeah.
Is that Mike got a late start.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's past me by now.
It's possible. But his first impression...
Yeah.
Hate fucked that game.
Oh, yeah.
He did not... He was...
Which I thought was interesting because it's... I mean, they can't release the same exact game twice, right?
Oh, no.
But it's essentially the same game, just with a bunch of twists in it. Really. The map is the same, but it's different everywhere you go.
Yeah. It's
not exactly the same.
Mm.
Like, the core of the map is the same, but there are differences throughout the map in most places that I notice.
Yeah.
The monsters are different. Like... not 100% different.
And we should say, too, that after the show last week, my son came out to, good night, and you were still here, and that was a 15-20-minute conversation between the two of you, like, squee over the game.
Mm-hmm.
That conversation then happened. Mike and Angie stopped by to drop off some stuff. And that conversation happened again between Mike and Xander. Like, have you done?
Yeah.
So it's hilarious.
It's funny because he was really mad at first.
Oh yeah, he was pretty frustrated.
He was really mad.
Like, this is dumb.
And I'm like, it's like he was talking about some of the mechanics of using the Ultra Hand.
Oh yeah,
and that's what was making him mad. I'm like, it just takes a bit to figure it out. Like, yeah, at first it felt really clunky, but now it's like I'm zipping things together. Oh yeah, really easily.
He had this funny story about trying to build a thing.
Yeah, and the wheels being off or something.
And then like trying to put a thing like on a specific part, and then it goes to like another place.
Oh,
and he's like, what? Not even close.
Yeah.
And then rebuilds it. And he's like, wow, fucker. And then
I
was like, I know that absolutely fucker.
I haven't had that happen.
Funny.
I think if you understand, I mean, I think if you get the layout of the parts that they give you, and after working with the parts and where they want to seem to stick, because it previews where it's going to stick.
Yeah.
When you're building a thing, it uses like, it looks like snot. It's like a green sort of glue layer that they glue the things together.
Yeah.
When you attach them, and it previews like, oh, this part of this part is going to get stuck on, and it shows you with their stuff, like where it's going to happen. So you have to kind of pay attention where you're putting the parts. And sometimes there is a discrepancy between like how far away you think the thing is, and I have to adjust my angle. Oh, okay, I'm actually further. That's why it's not hooking up where I want it to hook up. You just have to be like aware of, oh, it's trying to connect me there. No, something's wrong. And then once I change the angle of my dangle, right, I get to the right place, and then I'm like, oh, now it's fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
The Verge had like a top 5 things we've seen people build in Zelda or Zelda in tiers that like dropped our jaws kind of thing. I showed that to Xander. There was because I'll set up like a hot blueprint thing.
Yeah.
Like a rinse and repeat of your own type of craft. And this guy makes some 5-7 unit winged bomber. Like he's like on the ground and he hits a thing, and it like does like the Lego thing where it's like when you're a master builder or something, it like makes a giant object all in one thing. So he
weird.
Like kicks off this blueprint or whatever it was, and it starts it makes this huge thing. It's essentially a giant flying fucking wing.
Yeah.
And then it's got god damn it, Fortunate Son like playing in the background, and it turns into like a bomber, and it's like, and I'm showing Xander, and his eyes are like,
how the fuck?
What the fuck is, silver dollar eyes, and it's just laying waste to whatever it is it's bombing. It's most hilarious. And then there was a pirate ship, and he's like, well, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, and it's playing like the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Dun, 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 dun. And he's shooting cannonballs off the side.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. Like, I don't know.
I went into this dungeon, and there were parts down there. So I like built a little car, and it comes with like one of the parts you can use as a controller. So you can stand at it and control it and drive it around. But then on the front, I didn't even know what it was. I put a thing on. I thought I was going to shoot fire out the front of it. It's a fucking laser beam.
Oh.
And then so I'm like driving around, the laser beams hitting the monsters, and you see their health going down. I'm like, oh fuck, this is the shit.
Oh.
And then as I kept going, I found more stuff, and so one of them's like throwing bombs. And I'm like, fuck yeah, lasers and bombs. And I'm like driving this thing around just
I'm like goddamn Mad Max.
Yeah, like laying waste to everything inside of this cave. And I just thought, man, this is the fucking best. And then you have to be cognizant because there's a definite amount of battery usage. So you're watching the battery go down. So if you get caught with the battery dying right next to all the baddies, and then you're sitting there waiting for it to recharge while they attack the shit out of
assault you.
Yeah, you have to be kind of cognizant of that. But man, it's just really interesting. But I don't have the patience to sit there and just like tinker with all the shit and like make a thing, and then I don't know. I don't have. It's like if in the moment, if I need to like get across a thing or do a thing or whatever, I'll build the thing to do whatever I need to do. But I'm not gonna go source all the things and bring them back and then like put them together. And like I've seen, I posted a couple videos on our Discord where someone had built like, it looked like a big dude, but like
with his
the
dick,
penis was
dick.
like shooting flames
I'm
out
like,
of it.
Man, your search algorithms, like who's typing in dick rocket Tears of the Kingdom?
I only ran across
Clearly
that
you.
It was in an article.
Oh.
And I thought, oh, this is fucking hilarious. So that's why I put it in there. But that's the only Tears of the Kingdom stuff I've read regarding the game. I have really tried to stay away from any of it. It just happened to catch my eye and I went, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I can't believe somebody built that. So then I had to post those couple.
Man with a rocket penis. I'm like, good Lord, Jim, what are you looking up? I need some Tears dick porn.
But I've been trying to stay away from like spoiler stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I understand people are making some cool shit, but I don't know if I don't have the patience to make that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
and
like a
it's
good,
trial and it's very trial and error
like,
too.
Oh, I'm not really worried about it's interesting, like people that like play the game with a completely different perspective. Like, oh, there's crafty. Well, I just want to make stuff. Like, maybe I'll get to the story, or maybe I'll do dungeons, but if I can just collect these things and oh man, I did see that one video. Okay, well, I can build a flying thing. Well, I just want to fly around.
Yeah.
And, like, see what's around. Like, I need something to just help me explore.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see a game have that kind of just open-endedness.
There is a portion of the game where the crux of this game is that there's these sky islands. And stuff's constantly falling from the sky islands back down to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see them off in the distance, a big chunk of something fall and hit the ground. You can run up to it. And then you have one of your abilities is called reverse. And you can get up on that thing and hit reverse and it'll go back up.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
if you really want to get somewhere on the map that's kind of far away, you can find one of those things, reverse it, ride it up as high as it will go, and then you just like use your glider to like glide off somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can get pretty far pretty quick if you're paying attention and you see them come down. Or sometimes you can just like use your ability and find the thing. You know, oh, that one's nearby. I can use that. I didn't see it fall, but it'll reverse. It's kind of interesting to see how in the previous Breath of the Wild, you didn't have that. You would have to like go climb a goddamn mountain or something to like get up hot to get the perspective so that you could glide off somewhere. In this one, you can find a thing that recently fell to the ground and get on it and reverse it and ride it up as high as it'll go and then like glide off of it.
Explore that way.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I've been like hitting shrines. I've been trying to hit all the towers. I want my map to like be complete. I think I have one tower to hit. And so I hate looking at my map and seeing a dead zone. I'm like, I want that filled in because I want to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm hitting shrines as I find them, and I'll do little things here and there as I'm like running, you know, cruising through and finding stuff. I've already taken out a boss. It's interesting. It's fun. And
still plenty to do.
I haven't even scratched the surface.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very plentiful. And sometimes I don't spend a lot of times playing video games. So for me, if I'm sitting there for 45 minutes or an hour, I'll start to get the brown fuzzies in the brain and I'm like, I got to step away for a while, you know?
Yeah.
I just can't go like for hours.
You're not a long session kind of guy.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll take Max for a walk and that usually takes up about 35 minutes. And then after we get back, I'll like fire up Zelda for the rest of my lunch and then play it for 20 minutes or something. But also that time goes really fast. You're like, oh, shut her down.
Game's
back
over.
to work. Yeah. And that happens at night too. I'll like fire it up and it's like 10:30 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll play till like 11 or 11:15. Next thing you know, it's like 11:30, 11:45, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get to bed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
damn, that went super quick.
The gym stuff and like my playtime in a lot of things lately is super limited.
Yeah.
Like even, I'm gonna shoot aliens in the face guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I used to get like a good like hour plus like an unwind time. And I'll be honest, if you were to probably like the last couple months, it's just not, the time's just, I'm out of time.
Yeah.
Like a lot of work early in the morning, and it's like I can't be up. I'm like, I need, especially being at the gym, like if I'm putting in physical effort, I've realized I need the sleep. I need the rest to.
Well, plus I'm sure it makes you more tired.
What?
If you're working out at the gym.
Oh yeah.
You're physically tired.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So it's that
more willing to go to bed.
I'm like, oh, but yeah, I want to unwind. God, I just didn't. It's kind of like I want that little. I want my cookie.
Yeah.
Like my cookie is the.
You want your cake.
And I'm not.
And you want to eat it too.
Right.
Bastard.
But the gym is not conducive.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm staring at a 4:50 a.m. like wake up call because of a work thing, and I just got back from the gym and it's 11:30 or something, and it's like, well, fucking.
You may as well have just stayed at the gym until 4:15.
Right, and then just walk back, to work, reset my router, and then fucking.
Now I was always under the impression that you were a person that did not need a lot of sleep. Is this a traditionally yes, or is
it's
this
traditionally yes,
but lately less so?
Less so because I'm putting in good work at the gym.
Okay.
Like, and I think that's different too from like running. Like if I were to be on which I'm not really putting time in on, it's like weights and stuff. But when I was running, it doesn't seem to be as physically taxing to me. So I could, I'll burn till 1 a.m., get up at 4 or 5 and be fine. Like, and I'm putting in 3 to 10 miles in a run. I'd be like, oh, okay. Like a 10-minute elliptical, 30 to 40-minute like circuit machine strength training stuff. And then home, it's my body needs to like recoup with rest.
Yeah.
Like it kicks my ass. And not to the point where I come home and I'm like, I'm wiped.
I'm dead.
It's more like if I burn the midnight oil like I would typically, I will get up like but like once I get like midway through the day, I can feel like I'm dragging. Like it's not that it hinders me from waking up. It's that I can tell I'm wiped. Like I'll get midday and I'll be like, I need a nap.
Yeah.
Like, I need a nap. I don't get that with running, but with physical weight training, and it's like, oh, okay, well. And somewhere along the way, it was just like, oh, I got 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and I felt fine. Oh, well, fucking duh, because everything got the rest. All right. Well, if I'm pulling this off, then I just have to go to bed.
I remember Tony, who's been on this show a few times. Check your oil, Tony.
Yeah, check.
He used to like not need much sleep at night. So he would go to bed at like 11 or something, but he'd be up super early, like 4 or 4:30.
Yeah.
And then like get all kinds of shit done. I was always kind of jealous of that because I've always been a person that needed the sleep.
Yeah.
I
mean, yes. So up until the moment where I've been doing strength training with weights, I would be fine chaining together 5 hours of sleep or less, 4 to 5. I'd be fine because you're like, oh, cool. Well, I'm just filling the time with stuff to do. Like, oh, I'm watching this, I'm learning this, and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. It like felt, like I'm filling the time. I'm staying busy. Like, and if I get tired, I pass out. Go to bed. All right. Useful of my time. That does not work with lifting weights. It's like, oh, no, muscles need to recover and everything is toast. Yeah. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. This weekend I had to, well, I didn't have to. My brother-in-law brought his Civic over.
Did you do car shit?
Yeah, his air wasn't working.
Okay.
And he said it was kind of working. It would kind of push out some
This is your brother or brother-in-law?
My brother-in-law. So Shanna's brother.
Okay.
And so I'm like, well, I got gauges, we can see what's going on.
I got a power washer.
It was definitely low. Yeah, it was definitely low on refrigerant.
Okay.
The problem is when you don't have a recovery machine, which are expensive, you don't know what you're starting out with, right? Because there's a specific amount of refrigerant that goes in those systems, and there's a sticker on the car that tells you uses 0.8 whatever, and so when the charge is just low, you're sort of like watching pressures in the system and like adding some in there. And we got it cold. Mm-hmm. It's definitely blowing cold. For some reason, half of his system works better than the other half. I don't know why vents. Maybe someone can tell us.
No.
Why did half the passenger side vent was cold as shit, but as you moved across the car over to the driver's side, the one that was on the far left wasn't very cold.
Didn't you already run into something like that with a heater core, though?
On Melly's Forester, I did.
Where the exchanger was clogged?
But that is the exchanger is got coolant in it. So that's an easy fix. So you can flush it out, which is how I fixed it.
Okay.
But with a AC system, it's running refrigerant around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know that you would have a clog in the system like you would in a coolant system, but it's susceptible to dirt and whatever else.
Okay.
Because AC systems are closed loop systems. You don't just add coolant or whatever. Typically, you're breaking into the system in order to get stuff into it. Mm-hmm. And if you're losing stuff, there is a definite leak, right?
Okay.
So they're a closed system, and so I don't really understand how you could have half of the dash be warm or not as cold, but the other half be really cold. So I don't know that Civics are complex enough to have like a blend thing that changes underneath.
Okay.
I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. I didn't look into it that much.
What year?
It's not new. It's 2009.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right. So it was semi-cold.
Yeah, it was sort of cold. The compressor was turning, so it just didn't have enough to like really make it cold. So we just added couple of ounces into the system, maybe like 5 ounces, and that seemed to make it cold. But I just don't understand the other aspect of why half of the dash was colder than the other half.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, that said, we have talked a lot about headlights.
Yes. Oh!
I bought that kit.
Okay.
And his headlights were trashed.
Okay.
That fucking shit is magic. That shit is magic, dude. Okay, so it's a acetone warming thing that when it warms the acetone, it creates vapor. And the acetone vapor, as it touches plastic, melts it. And so what you do is you prep the headlight by sanding it with your grits like you did on yours.
Yeah.
So you start at the higher grit, and then I don't know. The kit came with like 5 different grades, or maybe 6 different grades of.
Okay.
And sand them down, wet sand them down, and then they're all frosted. Right? You know this.
You're right.
And you just take that thing and let it warm, and then it's got like this little funnel pointy thing where the vapor comes out.
Nostril.
Yeah, like a nostril. And you just point it at the plastic, and it just fucking clear as a bell, just as the shit passes over it. It is fucking fascinating.
Magic.
Dude, it is. It's chemical magic.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
So what this takes the place of the buffing that
the polish
I would do.
at the end.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So you do sanding, I do sanding. I do then
the polish.
Buff and polish.
Mm-hmm.
Another 3 stages.
Right.
And then a UV protectant.
Mm-hmm.
This skips the buffing, polishing, and my 3M.
Yeah, and I mean, you could coat it with whatever UV protectant you want.
Did you?
We did not.
Okay.
He was kind of in a hurry to get out of there.
Okay.
But it cleaned them up
crystal clear.
Crystal clear. And my understanding is that because of the process, the acetone process,
mm-hmm.
and the way it sort of melts the plastic,
mm-hmm.
is that it's more durable than a polish. This is what I've read. It's more durable than a polish because of the chemical reaction.
Okay.
And that the UV protectant, while you can put it on, isn't as necessary
mm-hmm.
because you're sort of returning the plastic back to its original.
Mm-hmm.
So it should last longer.
Interesting.
It'll still happen.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still happen, but it should last longer. Now, I can't vouch for that.
You had the CRV to do, right?
I didn't do the CRV because I ran out of time.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even get to wash my own fucking car. I was so busy on Saturday.
I mean, how long did that process take for you?
Well, it didn't take long because I didn't do really any of the work.
Oh.
Chandler got the kit out. Chandler was there.
All right.
Ryan was there, her brother, and Chandler was cutting up the sandpaper.
Yeah.
And him and Ryan were doing the sanding.
Oh, okay.
And I was just spraying it with clay luber to keep it wet.
Mm-hmm.
So I would hit him and I would hit them. And then they would be like, okay, it looks good. And then they would go to the next grit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like supervising, basically.
You're the lube guy.
Yeah, I was just the lube guy. But, and I didn't even get to do the chemical part of it. That was Chandler did one of them and Ryan did the other one. So, I just got to watch it. It was really cool. I didn't expect it to be quite like the video that I saw,
mm-hmm.
but it was just like the video. That it was just like, oh shit.
Is there any danger to getting it on something that you didn't intend it to? Like, because obviously headlights tend to be closely encapsulated to a body panel or a hood. Would it fuck the paint or something?
No, I don't think acetone.
Okay.
My understanding is that it does anything to the paint. They do give you tape for masking the headlight out, but that's just for sanding.
Mm-hmm.
And to be quite honest, neither of those dumb shits masked off the headlight. I didn't even realize this. I didn't even know they were sanding until I turned around and both of them were going to town. Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck. And then I'm like, oh, they didn't mask that. That's not good. And sure as shit, he had a bunch of like sand marks on his bumper. And I was like, that's why there's...
curious, because obviously some of the bumpers,
mm-hmm.
Are plastic or a urethane poly something.
I assume it has to do probably with what kind of plastic it is.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know
and that's not something I would...
Well, also,
Shan, pull up the CRV. I'm going to run this acetone vapor across your bumper and see what happens.
The thing of it is the bumper's coated with paint.
Right.
Right. So it's going to be protected by the paint. Really.
Right. And the headlight clear coat that's on there is gone because you sanded it anyway.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I haven't gotten to the CRV yet. Also, Shanna's dad's Odyssey needs to be cleaned up again. I mean, that didn't last long. That thing sits out all the time, so it takes a beating.
Is it a special blend of an acetone that you're heating? Like, how many headlights can you do from the kit you bought? Let's go that way.
Quite a few, probably.
So you're not having you did one car.
Yeah, I would imagine maybe 4 or 5 cars easily.
And you just buy more
acetone.
Acetone.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah. I was impressed. I don't know.
So now you start the clock and you see like how.
Yeah. When's the next time I'm going to see him with his car and the headlights are fucked up again? I don't know. But they were completely orange across the front, and they looked like they were brand new headlights when he left.
That's amazing.
And he was excited because, oh my gosh, sometimes I'm like wondering, do I even have my headlights on? You know?
I think, and I think yours might have been. Well, I have all the stuff. I think the cost was between the two.
I just kind of thought, fuck, for science. I mean, it's like $35, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to see this work.
And you need a plug.
And part of me
But you already had a plug if you're using any kind of sander or polisher.
Yeah.
So if you've got one, you've got stuff to do the other.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And for science. And also, part of me was like, well, I mean, I guess we're testing it on not my car, so this is fine.
Right. If it puts a hole in your headlight, that's on you guys.
Yeah. I mean,
hey,
Chandler got the kit out and started going, and I was like, oh, shit. And then I realized I ended up like trying to polish some of the scratches out of the bumper because both sides had scratches in the bumper. If you're going to refinish your headlights, tape off the fucking paint.
Yeah.
Tape around the headlight. Don't scratch the shit out of the paint. His car is thrashed. It's out all the time. He lives in an apartment. Yes.
Okay.
It was kind of a hand-me-down from his parents. Gave it to him when they got their Civic that they have now.
Yeah.
And I think it was Ryan got that car, and then the car that Ryan had went to Chandler. That's how Chandler got his first car.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, he's not a car guy at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's an appliance for him. He's blending fucking smoothies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He fucking just drives it. And the air conditioner's not cold. I got to drive this fucking thing in the heat. And the AC, you know, and he knew to ask me, can we look at it? And I was like, sure. He doesn't care.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like literally his ex-wife ran it down a pole on the left side of the car. So he doesn't give a shit. All the plastics, like all the door sill plastics, like underneath the windows, are just completely fucking rotting. It's not like it's a total piece of shit or anything. It's just it has a hard outdoor UV life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially here in California.
Yeah.
So I think I think the takeaway for sure is that neither of us in the various attempts at headlight restoration that we've tried, you cannot escape the need to sand, the manual need to sand.
Yes. Well, you have to get rid of the decayed, the oxidized stuff.
Garbage.
Yeah.
If you've got yellowed headlights or cloudy headlights and you're walking down an aisle in Walmart or you see someone online selling you a wipe or a thing that's like a one-time application, it's not going to last. The only way to really get that stuff some longevity out of it is you got to put in the effort with the sanding. You have to
have some elbow grease.
Yeah, you got to get the. I mean, I have a tiny little oscillating.
Yeah, I just got a bunch of pads for my drill.
It was easier for me because some of these headlights, certainly Piper's was easier than the Dodges. it's easy to just, you feel the contours of the headlight.
Yeah.
And plus avoiding, I didn't mask either, but because my fingers were on it, I knew to guide the paper around, and then I didn't hit the paint or anything.
Right.
But if you're going to use a machine or something, or be reckless, you need to mask off the headlight, put the elbow grease in.
If it's my car, I'm masking every fucking time. If it's my wife's car or my car or your car or any car that I'm working on,
mask.
It will get masked. But this process started before I knew it was going.
Shame on your son. We'll flog him endlessly.
I mean,
for his transgression.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his car.
No. But pretty impressive. It's amazing that you just wave the little nozzle as it's vapors coming out. You just kind of wave it over the frosted, sanded glass or plastic, and it just turns.
I mean, plastic
it's
and acetone.
Fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
That is even a thing.
Vapors, breathing, toxic.
Didn't even smell it or anything.
Nobody passed out, died.
No.
Does it smell like nail polish?
No.
No smell.
I didn't smell anything.
Fascinating.
I mean, only when there was a transfer from the bottle.
Yeah.
That was about the only time. Chandler got some on his hands and his skin turned blue.
Oh.
But, that was it. It was impressive. It did exactly what I saw on the video.
I mean, it's good to know that there are
other options.
Another option.
Yeah.
And I think Data's needs
his needs to be done too.
GTI needs to get done. The CRV needs to get done.
Yeah, he's got his headlights. They were like almost like they were like it went through a sandstorm or some shit. They're just like pitted really bad.
Oh, really?
And also you can see like little hairline cracks in the plastic.
So I wonder if the melt that will fuse. I mean, it's not going to get the entire crack sealed.
No.
But if you can
sand it enough,
if you can melt that top layer, it's going to fuse the top.
It might help.
Yeah.
But also, if you do enough work on the sanding bit, with the higher grit sand before you get into the lower grits, you're going to get most of that stuff out.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's fast to just like there's an option, if you and if you want to try it, I mean, you're welcome to.
How much was the kit?
$35.
There you go.
Yeah. Pretty cool on Amazon.
It'll be interesting to see.
Well, because we had a discussion about this in our Discord chat. I was like, "Oh shit, you can fix headlights with this thing," and I think I posted the video.
Seen that one.
I hadn't either.
I have seen numbers of videos that all are variants on
polishing,
sanding, polishing, a magical snake oil wipe.
Right.
Or a magical snake oil lotion. That's a one-shot application that just magically does all variants, mixes and matches of these things. I had not run across the acetone vapor thing.
I don't even know where I came across it, but it caught my attention and I went, "Wait, what?" And I watched the video and I was like, "Is this for real?" And then I started Googling it. And I was like, sure as shit, this is like a real deal fix.
Yeah.
This is like a real
I went
solution.
to Amazon, I'm like, fucking, is this a thing? Like, is this real? And there were tons.
Yeah, there were
tons
several
of things
on
Amazon.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, I'll be damned.
So, I don't know.
We're at time.
Get it, do it. Clean the headlights and make them shiny.
Hey, if you can't see on the fucking road.
For sure, dude.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, get your headlights.
And I almost feel like if you did it with the acetone and for some reason it didn't look right, you could just sand them again and then polish them. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, as long as you didn't
go through them.
Melt a fucking... Your headlight looks like the dude from RoboCop.
No, I mean, it's not like... It's literally just hitting the top layer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
yeah, it's just...
kisses it.
Just vape. You don't even see the vapor coming out of the thing. It just, as you just roll across it, it just, Oh, it's fucking it's fascinating.
Phantoms.
It's fascinating.
So crazy.
In fact, I did a battery replacement. This is a fucking another story on my I can't talk about this. I'll talk about this next week.
There you go. And on that note, you should return the cart.
Yeah.
Please, fucking.
Because he's tired of doing it.
Yeah, I'm tired of picking up your shit.
You should check your oil, Tony. I think I already said this.
Wash your ass.
Yeah, wash your hands.
Stay up on your shots.
Make the call if you need it.
Register to vote.
Do the kindness.
We'll catch you next week.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.